Hi, Mickey from NextPlus here. Thanks for joining me on a 3-minute tutorial session on another cool feature of NextPlus. So today we're going to talk about a feature called Dynamic Fields and mainly about a sub-feature called the Conditions Wizard. So what is the Conditions Wizard and why do we need it? The main principle behind this feature is to allow anybody, and I mean anybody, without any prior knowledge in coding or anything like this, to build complex logic behind the workflows in NextPlus. So without further ado, let's get to it and see a real-life example. So in our example, we have a technical workflow where our technician in the field needs to measure a voltage between two pins, let's say pins 3 and 4. And dependent on the voltage that he receives, we want to send him to a good outcome or a faulty outcome. We don't even want the technician to remember or carry out a paper to tell him that the voltage is 5 and 5.3 is okay or 5.4 is not okay and what are the tolerances and so on. We just want him to measure the voltage, to log it into NextPlus, and depending on what he logs, he'll get a different result in his workflow. So in our first, and at this point only step in the workflow, we ask the technician to measure the voltage between pins 3 and 4. And we have this kind of media, we can take it with a phone or a camera and show him what to do. And we want to add a field at this step. So we go to additional, then we go to fields and we add a field. And let's create a new field. So this field will be a text input, okay? And we'll call it voltage, sorry for the Hebrew, voltage. And then we can see the preview of this field here. We can add some help text for him. Check the voltage with a meter, for example. And we can add a placeholder, or we don't have to add a placeholder. And we select the type. This time it will be a number field. And after that, we're pretty much ready, and let's make it a required field, and we click add. Perfect. We click save, and here we have one field at the voltage measurement, and it's a field of a type of number. Now, if I'll click preview here, and let's start from the root step, I can see that in the data input, he asks me to enter the voltage. So far, so good. If I click next, nothing happens, except he wants me to enter a value, let's say 5. Let's click next. And it's over. Now let's try to add the logic, and that's the big thing behind the feature we're trying to show here, the Conditions Wizard. So how does it work? First, we need to add two different steps to our workflow. One is good, one is bad. So let's call this one is good, and this one is fault. Perfect. Now all that we have left to do is to check what is the voltage and tell the user which way to go. So on this connection here, we have the Conditions Wizard, clicking the Conditions Wizard, and I see a very simple drag and drop interface to help me build the logic. So when, and I can choose which field, I have only one at this point, the voltage field, when voltage is, we're going about the faulty, so it's above 5.3 volts or less than 4.7. So not between 4.7 and 5.3. Save. Perfect. I can even give it a name, 4.7, sorry, not 4.7, 5.3. And here I'll do exactly the opposite. I'll do a Conditions Wizard, voltage is between 4.7 and 5.3. I click save, and let's see if it works. So I click preview. Let's say we have a good voltage, I press 5, next, and I see good, as you can see, I'm clicking back, and let's say 6, and it's a faulty one. So that's it, that's the Conditions Wizard and how you can use it to build a troubleshooting tree without the technician even knowing what he's logging into the system, how it differs from which step to which step is going. Thanks so much for your time. Bye.